This stadium plays witness to unwavering fans, unbelievable athletic talent, and often unacceptable behavior. And then there are nights that star entertainers take to the stage putting on spectacular performances, but whose real lives don't emulate their shows. Once a year, though, this stadium welcomes a different kind of player, a different sort of entertainment. They strength train just one muscle and celebrate not one, but all.
Mascots and stadiums, preparation and competition, the joy of victory and the agony of defeat. It takes mentors and dreamers, patience and skill. It's a game for minds that crave a constant challenge and those who live for the thrill. Beads of anxiety seep through their pores, but in this game, it's their precision and execution that must be at the core. This isn't a sport you can win on your own. Without a team, you might as well go home. There's no toleration for outbursts or pretentiousness, only fierce competition coupled with unqualified kindness and respect. The rules are simple. Build a robot in 6 weeks and compete to your best ability. It's the caliber of the first organization.
There's my mentor right here.
And the expectations that conjure up the nerves.
Okay, all in favor?
Ooh. Wow.
It's a varsity sport for the mind.
It's what the equivalent of a football team for us.
Yeah, that would be our football team.
A sport whose legends aren't seen in highlight reels or soft drink commercials, but heroes who help the injured walk, the sick survive, and who insist that generations to come are capable of even more than that.
In a culture that's obsessed with sports and entertainment, what if we could take science and technology and put it in the context of sports and entertainment?
One of the founders of FIRST is inventor Dean Kamen. He created the first diabetic insulin pump, a wheelchair that lets its user stand and be noticed. They revere him and they strive to make him proud.
Because it's changing their lives, I think that they admire him for bringing that to them. And so when he walks in, you know, he's a superstar. It's, Dean, can I have your autograph? Will you sign my shirt? They love him, and I think that's wonderful.
His co-founder, decorated MIT professor Woody Flowers, leads by example as a mentor and challenges others to join him.
Most of my teaching career at MIT has been kind of outside the box because I tried very hard not to lecture. I tried to do things with kids, and I think that's a better way to learn.
Sure, these kids want to have the highest score, but winning in this arena means winning in life.
A high school student that won an award for programming, she then went to WPI as an electrical engineer, and now she's working in Florida on an ocean energy project. So they're putting turbines under the water in the Gulf Stream and creating electrical power based on that technology.
There's a lot of colleges and universities that are going to make you guys the rock stars. You're going to make the nanobots. You're going to put the robots in space. You're going to come up with robotic arms and water filtration systems and fuel cells that will solve all of today's problems.
And if it wasn't for FIRST, she wouldn't be in Florida creating new power systems for the country.
More than 130,000 students build 10,652 robots with the help of 37,000 mentors. There are 1,750 teams around the world. This is the story of one such team, Team 1538, the Holy Cows. Their story is right after this. the faces you'd recognize on the field for First Robotics Team 1538, the Holy Cows. These are the faces of the unsung heroes. Elon, Alex, Cameron, Chris and JP, Gabby, Steven, Molly, Ethan and Hisham, Virilio, Anne-Marie, Olivia, RJ, Julian, Jessica, Jeb, Katie, and Rachel. Meet their fearless leaders, engineering instructor and team lead, the fun, Dave Berggren.
What do you think our challenges are going to be?
And mechanical designer for C-Botics and lead mentor, the intense John Jack.
You need to always be lined up with that trailer, okay?
Yeah, why don't you throw the middle name in there too?
Joseph.
Joseph, John, Joe, Jack.
Imagine them as owner and head coach. But in addition to being a skilled competitive team on the field, they're also trained as savvy entrepreneurs.
So Alex, how's the website coming along?
We're adding content on our sponsors, the media, and a little bit about our community outreach.
The way that we've structured our team is very much like a business. We have the mentors are sort of at the top of the ladder, acting as, I guess, in a real business they would be like the CEO, and then below that we have our directors of the different areas of the team.
Since I'm the director, I have kind of the responsibility of talking to judges and pulling them in, so I kind of have like a double job where I'm a pit speaker and the pit crew to make sure that everything's running smooth, but it's fun.
I think it's great to look at how different people, depending on what they like, will do different things. Like, you can be on the team and not touch the robot, but you can be helping with getting the website set up, making our video, writing all our the written portions of the first competitions. I always thought, man, yeah, engineering would be fun, but as soon as you're exposed to it, you're immediately like, wow, this is what I want. You find out all the things that you like about it, dislike about it, and you can really then make your decision.
Yeah, I want to go straight for a mechanical engineering degree, and I just want to hopefully try to work for a big company someday.
First gives a platform for kids to basically take on a challenge.
I never had an engineering class before, so I figured I want to learn some engineering. I want to be able to do these kinds of things for fun.
It used to be like, let's scrape up what we can to get a team together in the beginning, and now it's like...
Actually, this is mostly the reason that I went to High Tech High.
And I would say almost everybody in the school knows who we are and what we do, and our Holy Cow mascot, our cow mascot, is almost like a High Tech High mascot, so it's really cool to see how a robotics team has had such a big impact on our own school.
There are 30 Holy Cows and counting.
We have our Holy Cow mascot and our Holy Calf.
Dean Kamen's robotics competition is igniting young minds, nurturing passions, and practicing gracious professionalism. And these are the poster kids.
They're the kind of kids that want to be doing something, and whatever they do, they want to be doing it to the best of their ability. And you're not going to get scholarships from being on High Tech High's baseball team, whereas you can get scholarships from being on our first team.
It's opened every door that she could possibly think of for college. Instead of going to a school and them saying, well, take a tour and check it out, and then you tell us if you're interested, it's come on in, sit down. We're interested in you. Oh, by the way, there's scholarships.
Her story is only one of many.
I mean, there are gang members who end up getting their gang tattoos removed and replace them with FIRST-related tattoos and go off to college. And there are young women who never thought that they'd do anything with science and technology. They get completely wrapped up in this whole process.
Honestly, I was dragged by one of my friends. It just blew my mind. I had no idea it was this amazing or this dramatic. I was expecting little robots or something, each person made their own. I wasn't expecting these 6-foot robots that a whole team was able to make.
I even explained to our mailman what we do, and he's really excited about it.
The premise of it, at least from the outside or from an outsider, is that we build a robot and we can beat the game.
It's only a thinly veiled secret that they're not really building robots. The robot, no pun intended, is just a vehicle. What these kids are building is self-confidence, awareness of the capability of the world of science and technology and analytic thinking, the power of mathematics. They're really building relationships with serious adults that they get to meet and work with, that respect them, that they can respect, because although there's media all over our country, we're obsessed with media, very few kids actually have personal interactions with serious adults.
Not anymore. The build season begins when Giving Back follows Team 1538 to their first competition.
First presents a challenge to thousands and thousands of kids around the country, all starting in January. They present that challenge of, here's a game, build a robot that can play that game.
The objective of the game is to get as many moon rocks and supercells into the opposing trailers as possible.
Basically, at the beginning of the first 2 to 3 weeks, we just start pulling out the parts and looking at what we want to do, some different designs.
And so the design process begins. They weigh a few different options and debate their pros and cons until one idea brings it all together and then comes to life.
What we do in our robot is we do a tank steering style, and that means that our left side of our robot and our right side of our robot are each driven by separate joysticks.
And then it's on to making the robot actually move. With their prototype built, practice with the robot begins. And then the team works on their chairman's presentation in hopes of winning the biggest award first hands out.
And the chairman's award focuses around a team that at that particular competition should be role modeled by all the other teams. So it's the team that does the most in the community, does the most in their school, does the most with, by partnering with corporations and companies. Really, that's what a lot of people look at as, okay, that's the team that won this regional.
Stepping into the looming arena and actually putting your robot up against the engineering of thousands of other teams can get pretty intense.
We were all really surprised that you guys teamed up with 254 again this year.
Like a NASCAR event, each team must check in and be inspected for weight and size. And the Holy Cows encounter their first problem.
You guys know what the percentage of bumper coverage is? 38, 38, 28, 28. How many inches was it?
18 in the front, 9 in the back, which is 27 over
293.
They think they've figured it out, and the inspection continues. But the bumper is still up for question.
What was your bumper perimeter? Without bumpers.
It was 142 minus 27.
That was the length of your bumper segments, right?
Yeah, so that's our total length of bumper segments.
And 142 is your total bumper perimeter.
Yep.
Okay.
Once that's cleared up, the pit crew can breathe a sigh of relief and the robot can take to the field with the others, while the operators gear up for some action and optimism.
The force is strong with this one.
RJ gears up as the driver and Jeb's on hand to assist, as is the Holy Cows cheering section. Let the games begin. As the game gets going, the Holy Cows robot seems to be working just as planned. Their design is picking up moon rocks, and they're able to dump in the opposing team's trailers to rack up the points. But they're almost out of time. Everyone waits as the final score is tallied.
We got a penalty.
A penalty might cost them. As RJ packs up, he gets the good news. And so does the rest of the team. But it's not over yet. The team has a lot more rounds to go and the competition is getting better. This one isn't getting off to a very good start. That human player is filling their trailer fast. They can't take any balls out of their trailer. They can only hope to fill the opposing team's trailer with more than are in their own, in hopes of winning. So they anxiously suck up as many balls on the field to make up the difference in someone else's trailer. You see why they need those bumpers. They're going to need to make some really big dumps in order to stay in the game, and there's one right there. That will help, but they're going to need more than that, and it looks like their belts aren't turning like they're supposed to.
Yeah, the belt's screwing us up.
The final score goes up, and the Holy Cows take a loss. The Holy Cows wouldn't go on to win the regional event on the playing field, but they were finalists, which means they were headed to nationals at the Georgia Dome. But they were still hopeful that they were in contention for the famed Chairman's Award. And as the teams filed in, it was only a matter of time before the verdict was out. Little did anyone know, the kids on Team 1538 had another surprise up their sleeve.
So the Woody Flowers Award is an award for a mentor who really does an outstanding job. This year we nominated John Jack because he spends over 1,000 hours with our team during build season alone. John, get John. Students have to get together and write a submission that, in 600 words actually, that talks about what our mentor does for us, whether it's for the team, for us personally, he's always there, and that's what they look for with a Woody Flowers Award winner.
We had a number of good submissions describing the efforts and accomplishments of your great mentors. Perhaps this mentor is so in tune with what is needed because he used to be a first kid himself. Today we celebrate someone who has come full circle as a first participant, Mr. John Jack.
Really hope you realize how much we really do love you. Thank you so much.
The Holy Cows vie for the highly coveted Chairman's Award next. The team waited in anticipation as the Chairman's Award was read.
And they really are the team that brings our first bell.
And although winning the Chairman's Award was sweet, the team still had something to prove. They were headed to the Georgia Dome to compete at championships.
I can't wait for the first match because I know it's going to be a long time, so it's going to be a lot of waiting.
Now that they knew what their robot was capable of, it would be a test of how well they could work with their alliances and create a winning strategy, which may prove harder than anticipated.
We can score more than 15 points.
What we'll do. First two, we'll get the first two empty cells, and then we'll start playing defense. If we can't collect enough.
One empty cell.
You need to start playing defense.
One empty cell, play defense, because we're going to get a lot of defense plays. Okay, don't load balls. Out of autonomous, get out there, hit them, shut them down, or slow them down.
One of them needs to play hard defense, and the other one needs to find robots to pin so that we can find open trailers. Because the one thing about this match is that these trailers are moving around, and if we don't have a trailer to score on, then our points or the balls in our hopper are worthless. So
the Holy Cows are headed into the ring.
Sink them, Ethan. Sink them. Sink them. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
This game's getting off to a good start. Exactly as planned, Ethan has single-handedly filled the hopper, and they're loaded up, ready to make their first dump.
Okay, you see that trailer right there? I want to score on it. Don't do it yet. Score.
And they're successful.
Nice job. We filled that.
It is now officially over. Great match.
Unfortunately, at this level, it's all about the performance of all the teams in the Alliance, and the strategy they had laid out wasn't followed by the other teams.
They were picking up empty cells instead of playing defense.
When they're playing a defensive game and they can pin our opponent, we can fill 2 trailers per match. Like we did in our first one, we did really well in that one. But our alliance partners decided that they would rather run the empty cells, which aren't worth as much as a full trailer. And it lost the match.
Disappointed, the Holy Cows will now have to regroup and hope for a more cohesive alliance who agrees on their strategy. The Holy Cows head home. They'll have to wait until tomorrow to try again. Inside the Georgia Dome, another day dawns, and so does another opportunity for the Holy Cows to show what their robot can do. And John Jack is trying their strategy again,
as soon as you have the
this
opportunity
time
to take out
with new
624.
alliance partners.
If you guys can hold 624 on your own, then these guys can back off, pick up a couple and score, pick up a couple and score. Just take them out. Just take them out. Priority. Give it player. Give it player. We may end up switching our autonomous, so our autonomous might go from the corner to the middle. If it goes to the middle, load us up with as many balls as you can, unless there's a trailer right in front of you. Okay. I'll be going back and forth between all three teams, making sure that everything's going okay.
How do you want to do this? How do you want to do this? Tell me what to do.
Okay, back up and pin up. Get out of there. Forward, RJ.
He said back up.
Okay, get in there and pin him. Get in there and pin him. Come on, keep him there. You got 624's trailer wide open. Go get 624 and get him out of here.
Score.
Back out of there. All right, let's do a final top. 2470 right here.
No.
Back up.
We're gonna match. We'll see what happens though. Okay.
The score now official, 74-46, it is the Blue Alliance.
Finally, a plan came together, and the Holy Cows, along with their Blue Alliance partners, have nabbed a win. And their robot continues to dominate on the offense. Their strategy is working, and they're going to continue highlighting their strength, scoring.
All we need is two good dumps.
But this is championships, and tensions are mounting.
We don't go score at first. The first thing we do is get the empty cell.
What I understand is that when we reverse it, we end up losing balls.
I can make it so we don't lose that.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
While they try and agree on a plan, the rest of the team works on maintaining the robot for their last chance.
Holy cow. It's team 1538. Red Alliance now trying to mount a comeback, led by 1538. Back out. Offload their cargo. We're all tied up now.
But is it enough?
Oh, I hate these types of matches.
It's not what they wanted to hear, but they've been fighting for their strategy all weekend, and this match was no different.
I mean, it's cool when you can have people who listen and will go with an alliance because it's a team thing, not an individual thing, but it's okay. We did better than we've ever done before. We've never, ever been in the eliminations. We've never even been in the finals at a regional until this year, so we kicked ass. Yeah, we did good this year.
Their pain of defeat may sting now, but the Holy Cows made it to championships in Atlanta, and they won Chairman's. Whether you're on the first team here at High Tech High or any other first team around the globe, it might be a robotics competition, but it's really about giving back. And how could we forget all the people who make this possible? From the incredibly generous sponsors who donate state-of-the-art equipment, mentors who lend their minds and talents, and of course, the parents who keep everyone nourished, optimistic, and motivated. You're all responsible and representatives of the people we all strive to be. Thanks for giving back.